going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Wisco Madman coming at you with another little video here. This one's going to be kind of a reaction piece. Jumping into some more of the Kylie Rodney um, details, I guess. Um, those of you who are from the true crime community that haven't quite ran into me yet, my little puppy Nala, she tends to tune in on some of the episodes here. So if you get extra background noise, I apologize for that. But this one is from Ickedmel's channel. It says Kylie Rodney live highlight. Can't speak right now. Live highlight. Ryan Upchurch confronts the color. That's actually what brought me to here. And from what I've found, looks like some shit has developed since, based on some of the titles from other videos that I've seen after. But again, if you're from the true crime community, to update you, I was playing catch up on Church's vlogs and stuff, and decided to do some videos on that, reaction videos, of course, and it's really opened me up to a whole new realm of YouTube, the true crime realm of YouTube, and I'm fucking loving it, dude. I used to love watching these crime shows all the time. Still do, actually, when I do get the time. So, without me babbling on some more, let's just go ahead and jump up in it. You'll hear plenty more from me in this.
Okay, look, they did not see her leave. They left at 10:30. Everything else has been known for her to be staying later.
I said your cousins left and you still seen her there, right?
No, they did not see her when they left.
That's what the fuck you said, bro.
Hold on. All right, let's chill.
God,
Let's chill, man. Let's chill.
Oh my God.
Let's chill. Oh my God.
So that's just kind of a little recap and how fucked up this shit got. I believe Church actually had played some of the clips back when he was talking about some of this case and whatnot, shown when he was on Ickedmel's channel here, and yeah, man, it got pretty heated. And from what I know about Ryan, he cares a lot about people. So take that into account when you're watching this, that if some girl's been kidnapped, dude, I feel Church on that shit. I get the same way. Like, he gives a fuck about finding this person. That's where the passion comes in. That's where, you know, the anger comes in, and I can relate to that for sure.
Hey, what's up, it's Ickedmel. Welcome back to the channel. And a lot of people were asking for me to like clip this phone call today where Ryan Upchurch called in and Ronnie called in, and they got to discuss the whole situation with the phone call. If you haven't seen the phone call video, I'll plug that down below. If you haven't seen today's live stream, I'll plug that down below. If you haven't seen Ryan Upchurch's videos, the two of them, three of them now, I think, I'll plug the channel down below. And I guess let's get started with it. I do believe Ronnie. I'm like in this position because he called into my show, and I appreciate him calling in, just like I appreciate Ryan calling in. And with Ronnie, you know, I had spoken to him multiple times. He's, you know, we've seen his Instagram, we've seen some of his family. He's gone out to the rec center in person. He said that his cousins have spoken to law enforcement. So yeah, like I didn't know that this was gonna snowball into what it snowballed into. And so, but you know, today we were live streaming and Ryan called in and he was talking about it, and then Ronnie was like,
So that's the shit that I've actually caught so far from Ryan's videos or from Church's videos really, is that this guy Ronnie has two cousins that happen to be at the party, and his story, not the cousins, but Ronnie is telling everything in third person, like, oh, my cousin's seen this, my cousin's seen that, my cousin. He seems to be inserting himself into this fucking investigation, which is just fucking weird, dude. It's weird. People are either clout chasing or they're involved in some way where they just want to have something in their life where they're around this. whether they committed a crime or whether they're just getting entertainment out of it. I don't fucking understand it. But so far, this guy has like zero fucking merit in this whole deal. But just like the cops would do or should do, no matter how much you believe they have something in the case or not, you at least got to take down their statements and try to corroborate their stories to put shit together. So that's what we're going to do here.
Like, you know what? I'll call in and for everybody to talk about it. And so this is that conversation that happened today. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. And yeah. And well, one other thing. While I am for like people having conversations and disagreeing and all that, I don't agree with like the name calling where he like called Ronnie bitch ass and like all his different things. That
Dude, why are we fucking sugarcoating this shit? Like, I agree some of that shit is uncalled for, but at the same time, it's like, why be? I hate to say it, but he's being a little bitch about it too. I mean, I don't have better words for it.
I wasn't kind of cool with. I feel like we still could have had the conversation without all that. Well, from the video and from the live stream, but the conversation happened nonetheless. So you guys comment down below. You let me know your thoughts. And yeah.
Yo.
Hey, how you doing? Who's this?
Basically, what I get from that is Ickedmel is a very non-confrontational person. I can relate to that as well, although I don't necessarily agree with that lifestyle because that's how I grew up and I don't agree with it. But yeah, man, it's people are different. So I guess I understand that people are sensitive at times, but why be sensitive? Why be sensitive in the negative? Why let things affect you? Why let things hurt you? If there's passion involved in something because somebody gives a fuck, let it be.
It's Upchurch, bro.
Oh shit, it's Ryan. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, dude?
Thank you for calling.
Pretty good. Look, I just want to say this. Everybody say human trafficking. I want to say this. How'd nobody see it, bro?
I'll answer that for you right now, Ryan. That's one of the reasons why human trafficking is such a big fucking problem, dude. Is that the people that do it, I truly believe it's got to be a vast fucking network of people doing this shit because, you know, just like Epstein and shit like that, like, people working together and keeping the shit quiet and covering it up and having connections in different places and all these different, you know what I mean? Like, dude, they're really good at what they do. Like, that's why so many people are missing. Like, them, I think it's on the poster board in the front of Walmart or whatever the fuck. I'm trying to think of where the fuck I see it, but you see all them fucking lost people posters or lost children posters. My memory is fleeting me right now, but why do you think that network, like if you were to look on their website, why do you think the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on? Not all of them are trafficking, but I guarantee a vast majority probably are. I have no statistics to back that up. I'm just telling you my opinion. But I'd put money on it, bro. I would put money on it.
Let's be real.
How'd nobody see what?
Like everybody's saying, like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, human trafficking."
Oh yeah.
What is the evidence of this human trafficking? If that's the case, why didn't anyone else get trafficked?
And then back to that, I mean, taking one at a time, taking them when they're weak makes more sense. But again, nobody's seen it because they're good at it.
The chick was going back to her car with her over and over. If somebody was plotting and watching it.
And just to throw this in there, I do not have a developed opinion. I'm just giving credibility to any opinions that are, or any premises that are suggested. Could it be? Maybe. I don't know, and I don't know if this case is concluded at this point. I'm actually taking back, it's been 2 months, so but I guess what I'm getting at is I'm giving merit. I'm getting to know this case right now. Matter of fact, I took out a piece of paper to take some notes, and eventually I'll probably start building a fucking notebook for all these true crime cases. To be honest,
in the woods, why wouldn't they steal both of them instead of just one of them?
Right.
Especially if, how'd that person get there to do that? What they do, leave their car there and take her car and leave their car there? No, dude. And I see everybody's like, oh, this guy, he's so crazy. I see y'all in the comments. That's fine. But what am I pointing out that is not blatantly obvious? Everybody's like, yeah, Ryan's crazy. Leave the Ronnie guy alone. The fucking Ronnie guy called and said that he had 2 cousins there, fool. They watched her all night. What you mean? Like, oh, you're acting crazy. All right, motherfucker. Well, if some 30-something-year-old dude calls and says, oh, yeah, I had 2 cousins there that was watching her all night and seeing what she was wearing and when she left and how drunk she was, you mean to tell me you ain't going to ask questions? Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I don't blame like some of the.
it's kind of fucking creepy, bro. It is super fucking creepy that this dude's just like inserting himself in. It makes me have a lot of fucking questions.
A lot of things that you were saying, like I've seen that in the chat. I do feel bad for the guy because I've had quite a few conversations with him, and he seemed like genuine to me and open. But like the things that you're questioning and saying, I've seen a lot of that too. I mean, even like literally like the call
Also,
after was something like that.
Also, bro, think about even before that. Take all that away from everything. Why did this person put themselves in the position to call you to give you information, like set in information, and now they're like, oh, wait, no, I don't want to talk. Yeah.
Inserting themselves into the investigation. This is one of the other theories to get attention. This is a theory I came up with, but I'm sure other people have come up with it as well. Dude's just inserting himself. People do this shit all the time because they have no fucking life and that's what they're doing. In my case, I'd rather investigate it this way because I have a life outside of this and this is easier and I don't need to insert myself into an investigation. Like, it's just more entertaining this way.
Yeah, that's because their information was bullshit.
I don't think it is, man.
And to add a note, like, on top of the entertainment, like, I could provide a perception or a point of view that maybe other people don't have. And maybe that leads to somebody being found or maybe whatever, you know? So whatever, you know, groupthink. In these kind of things, groupthink will help a lot.
Information, like what information? What part?
I believe that he did have some cousins there or somebody there at that party that, you know, like the details that he gave.
Oh, no, that part's true.
Yeah. But you think it's him, though. You think he was actually at the party. Is that what I'm getting?
No, I'm saying if I'm saying he knows.
The dude definitely talks like he was at the party. Do I believe he was? No, not necessarily. He could have been. I guess I don't really have an opinion on that yet. But he oddly talks as if he was at the party often. But then he avoids placing himself at the party as well. It's just fishy, bro. Fishy.
He knows something.
Oh,
like
shit.
Like what is stopping him from being like, yo, okay, well, the whole, well, I can't say their name. It's like, why not, bro? Why? Like, don't you know? Like, bro, he has to know since he said that on this interview that law enforcement is definitely going to be in contact with him.
Right. I know the reporter got in contact with him. Yeah, the reporter got in contact with him. He said in a comment, let me just read it to you real quick. He said, LE knows my cousins. That's good enough. He said, I spoke with police face to face. He said, this was just the comments he was talking about in the chat. And he says his cousin spoke to them. So I don't know how we would even be able to verify that. Ronnie wants to be added to the call. Can we talk together? You want me to add Ronnie? Can we all talk together at 3-way? I can add him. You want to do that? All right, let's see. Ronnie,
Sure.
let's see what Ronnie has to say too. Hold on. What's his number? I think it's the. All right, let's get everybody here.
See, that's a problem a lot nowadays too, and we'll see. Obviously this conversation got pretty heated. People, politics is a perfect example. People can't have a positive discourse. They can't just fucking discuss things, talk about what they know, talk about, ask questions about what the other person knows, and not like it just in forms of politics. People are, I'm right. Well, are you? Are you really? Or are you just being closed-minded? See what I'm saying? You got to be open-minded to a bunch of different things. So apply that to this. You got to be willing to hear people out and kind of hear their stories. And if nothing else, take notes every time this fucking dude talks. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to take notes now, is I kind of want to track down, and I know other people are doing this as well. I want to track down, okay, this dude said this time. What of these facts matches? And if the facts are matching, so there's a couple different things. If your facts match, then that either means that you really trained yourself in talking so you can lie about what happened, which means that you're involved, more than likely, or that actually happened. Now, if your facts don't match and you start switching shit up, then, in my opinion, this isn't necessarily what law enforcement believes, but if your facts change, law enforcement generally believes that that means that you're lying. Me, on the other hand, I believe that that means that your memory's foggy, and it could be you're lying. It very well could be. It could be that you absolutely suck at lying. Personally, I believe anybody who wants to lie, that commits themselves to lying, can lie fairly easily. And that's what I think a vast majority of society refuses to acknowledge. And that's why we'll continue to be gullible. But what I'm saying is, if their story continuously changes, I think that's natural. I think that's more normal than we realize, because people like me, like I take Alpha Brain. That's a nootropic that I take to help think. It makes me think so much fucking clearer. And if I don't take it, I can't think for shit, bro. Cannot think for shit. So my story will change up all the time. If it's something that I didn't really care about, that I didn't really practice what I had to say, I didn't really, you know what I mean? And there, you might say, well, they'll come off rehearsed if it, no. A good person that knows how to train themselves, there's a whole fucking community. We watch movies and shit like that. Actors. How do we not believe that if an actor can memorize some lines and shit like that and make it look realistic like real life and put a movie together that seems very like you can get into because it doesn't seem fake, then how do we not understand that people can fucking lie and lie well? That's what movies are. It's a whole bunch of acting, or in other words, lying, making up stories.
Okay. I guess I'll have to call you and add you. Can you call in, Ronnie, and then I'll add you to the. I don't want to go to too many different screens and mess something up.
This is not helping find Kylie. What are you talking about? He knows two people that was there, fool. What are you talking about?
People be throwing fucking negative shit in there like, oh, this isn't helping. You're just scamming. You're what? Nah, bro. This shit can help. This attracts people and can attract information.
Ronnie, call in if you can to the number so I can just add you in. If not, I'm gonna have to like make a new outbound call and then merge you in. I don't want to lose Ryan. Call the 954-787-3009.
Chat, I love you guys, but this is not attacking somebody. They are telling us that they have information of people there, dude.
Why are you attacking the poor dude? Why?
So listen, I think it's an important conversation. I mean, the news even they had made some post about it or whatever, about the call, and so either way you feel, I think it is an important conversation. I don't think like this guy like has the answers or the cousins have the answers. It is important, I think, at least for the cops to talk to them or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody said Tripod said I'm with Upchurch. This is super sus.
If the police, bro, if the police knew about that information and it was secret information that would lead to something better and knowing something, then he would not have been allowed to be on a YouTube channel talking about it, bro.
All right, I'm gonna move him in now. I think I got him here. Let's see if he can talk. Let's see. Ronnie, are you there? Can you hear all of us?
Hey. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, what's up?
Ryan, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, good. All right, cool.
I hear you.
So let's just start, Ronnie.
So what's the problem?
So do you want to ask him some of your thoughts, or like, so your cousins were there at this thing? Go ahead.
Cousins, how did your cousins that didn't know her see her all night?
They didn't see her all night.
Well, they seen her getting fucked up.
No, they didn't see her getting there. They didn't. The only thing they said when I asked them, they just said, yes, we saw her. She was drunk when we saw her. She talked to a group of guys or something, like walked to a group and was like walking back and forth. But everyone was like walking back and forth. They saw her walking back and forth. That was it. Then they did their own thing. They didn't think of to pay attention, or there was other people there drunk too. But they noticed her because of the pictures that came out online, all that stuff. It's like people were asking me, like, how did you know she was in a bodysuit? They already talked to police before me. Like, I didn't have nothing to do with that. And when they came back to me, they told me, well, we gave them our information. They didn't treat it as anything viable. They told us there was nothing for them to go on. It was nothing for them. Like, it wasn't important. There was nothing there for them to go on, especially because they didn't see her at a critical time. They didn't see her later on. So I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, I guess I can talk about it a little bit. And I asked them if it was okay if I talk about it. And they were like, yeah, it's fine. Just don't say our names. And I was like,
so I'm going to pause it right there. I've heard this more than once, that she was in a bodysuit. Like, what the fuck are people talking about with this bodysuit shit, bro? Like, seriously, somebody fucking explain that one to me in the comments here. If you know what they're talking about with the bodysuit, like, the pictures I've seen was like either jeans or sweats, I can't remember. But she was wearing a fucking what I used to call a cami. It's a fucking tank top that girls wear under their shirt and shit. Like, the fuck? And the sweatshirt thing. That's the only shit that I've seen. What's this bodysuit shit?
Okay.
Did they mention anything about the white sweaters? The white hoodie?
And I'm not denying it. I'm just asking the question. I'm being critical because I haven't heard it yet. This is, what, maybe the third, I think I'm on number 3 or 4, 3, I think, video that I've done on this Kylie Rodney case. And I'll get into more of it, and I'm sure I'll learn it myself. But again, if you have information, just throw it in the comments.
Did they say anything about that? Or?
No, but that's why no, there was nothing about no white sweater. I didn't hear anything about a white sweater. Like, I don't know Kylie at all. I thought it would be cool to like give a little bit of information on what it's like out here. Like, I'm from the area. I used to party out here. Like,
you wanted to get involved, bruh. You wanted to insert yourself for attention.
A lot. Like, I partied at Prosser in 2012 and 2016. It was.
Again, that's still just my theory. I haven't gained enough information on this dude yet to say for sure, but yeah, it sounds a lot like he wants attention. He's inserting himself in an investigation.
It wasn't as many people as was this freaking party. I haven't been a party that big, but a lot of the stuff there.
You wasn't that popular, bro. Stop dwelling on high school.
Was like, huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29 right now. In 2012, I was, what, 23? I'm trying to just...
So,
bruh, by the time I was 25, I'm 31 now, but by the time I was 25, I have fucked less about high school bullshit. I don't give a fuck about any of these parties. Like, I'm gonna go to a bar and sit down with a friend and talk and shit, but I don't give a fuck about your goddamn bullshit little underage parties. Like, that's just asking for trouble for me.
Question: how you know about all these girls?
And this is coming from a kid that drank underage pretty much since I was 12 and on. So, like, I went to a lot of parties and did a lot of different things, but, like, I just realized that as an adult, I'm asking for problems if I'm around that shit. That's the plain and simple point.
That like to go there and like do coke and shit.
Okay, like I said, when I went to Prosser back in 2012, and mind you, this was a year after I got out of the military. So I got out in 2011.
How
A
old
lot
are
of the
you?
stuff there was like, huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29 right now. In 2012, I was, what, 23? I'm trying to just.
So, question: how you know about all these girls that like to go there and like do coke and shit?
Okay, like I said, when I went to Prosser back in 2012, and mind you, this was a year after I got out of the military. So I got out in 2011. And so when I went to those parties, I started doing coke myself, and I couldn't get it for myself. I had older dudes I knew that were like 6, 7 years older than me that would give it to me, and I wasn't the only one they would give it to. They would give it to a bunch of other people. So it was like I was in the younger crowd being assisted by the older crowd for giving drugs. That type of stuff. And so I used to do shrooms. I used to hang out with clampers, if you know who clampers are. I don't know if you know who clampers are. But they're like,
okay, so do you know the Sammy girl?
No, I don't know her. I don't know.
Do your cousins?
I don't. No, they don't know. They don't know any. They went with their other friends from Sierra College. They don't know Sammy. They don't know Kylie. They don't know Jagger. They don't know none of them kids. None of them. They got. When I asked them how they knew about. What?
So if your cousin's like seen her doing drugs and like drinking or whatever, and everybody's drinking and shit.
No, they didn't see her.
I don't remember a lot of the names, but I just took note of Sammy. You want to throw it down in the comments just in case I don't learn about it. Who's this Sammy girl?
They didn't see her doing drugs. They didn't see her drinking. They saw her and she looked like she was drunk.
No. You said your cousin seen her all fucked up.
Yes, I just said that they seen her drunk. That doesn't mean they seen her drinking. Like
what? You have
they
to
didn't
get
see
the
her.
drink.
They didn't see what? You said
get
what?
The drink
I can't hear you.
So we're just assuming right off the bat that she's drunk because we're at a party, we're in the environment, and based on her actions. We don't actually know for sure. So if we didn't see her drinking at any point, then we don't know for sure that she was drunk. We're just assuming.
I can't hear you. Say it again. You're cutting out.
You have to drink to get drunk.
Yes, but that okay. If they see someone or stumbling around, okay, yeah, they must be drunk. That doesn't mean I'm seeing them sitting down and starting to participate and keeping it going. Like that's how they told me that they saw her. They saw her like that. They didn't see her do coke. They didn't see her do shrooms, but those drugs were there. That doesn't mean they saw them do that stuff.
So your cousins
could have very well been shrooms. I'm not. Church knows a little more about the psychedelics than I do, I think. But with the shrooms, like I would imagine, if you're hallucinating, that you would stumble around and shit like that, potentially, depending on what you're doing. Coke, I don't think is that kind of drug. Coke's a speeder. Coke amps you up, from what I understand. Maybe makes you feel a little numb and shit. You know the song, "I Can't Feel My Face." Yeah, that's a Coke song.
When they were leaving, they seen her still there, just like the Sammy girl, right?
No, like they left. They didn't pay attention to her leave. They left, and so obviously, I don't know. Like they just left. They left at 10:30. That doesn't mean like.
Bro, that's not what you said.
What are you saying?
Sounds like this guy's got very limited details. Very limited details. My cousins were there. They saw her drunk. It's the only solid shit that he's been able to say the whole time yet. And the rest is just like he's ran around so much trying to be in this case. Oh, so-and-so saw him. So what if you saw him? Like, can you give us details? Anything helpful?
You're trying to tell me that
that's not what you said.
Are you trying to tell me that my cousin saw her there when they were leaving?
You said he did.
Okay, look. They did not see her leave. They left at 10:30. Everything else has been known for her to be staying later.
I said your cousins left and you still seen her there, right?
No, they did not see her when they left.
That's what the fuck you said,
Oh,
bro.
hold on. All right, let's chill. Let's chill, man. Let's chill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I see where he's getting pissed off there. We can listen to it again if we'd like.
So your cousins, when they were leaving, they seen her still there, just like the Sammy girl, right?
No, like they left. They didn't pay attention to her leave. They left. But they're like,
okay, so do you know the Sammy girl?
No, I don't know her. I don't know.
Do your cousins?
I don't. No, they don't know. They don't know any. They went with their other friends from Sierra College. They don't know Sammy. They don't know Kylie. They don't know Jagger. They don't know none of them kids. None of them. They got. When I asked them how they knew about. What?
So if your cousins like seen her doing drugs and like drinking or whatever, and everybody's drinking and shit.
No, they didn't see her doing. They didn't see her doing drugs. They didn't see her drinking. They saw her and she looked like she was drunk.
No. You said your cousin seen her all fucked up.
Yes, I just said that they seen her drunk. That doesn't mean they seen her drinking. Like
what? They didn't see her. They didn't see.
What? You said what?
Drink to
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Say it again. You're cutting out.
You have to drink to get drunk.
Yes, but that okay. If they see someone or stumbling around, okay, yeah, they must be drunk. That doesn't mean I'm seeing them sitting down and starting to participate and keeping it going. Like that's how they told me that they saw her. They saw her like that. They didn't see her do coke. They didn't see her do shrooms, but those drugs were there. That doesn't mean they saw them do that stuff.
So your cousins, when they were leaving, they seen her still there, just like the Sammy girl, right?
No, like they left. They didn't pay attention to her leave. They left, and so obviously I don't know. Like they just left. They left at 10:30. That doesn't mean like.
Bro, that's not what you said.
What are you saying? You're trying to tell me
that's not what you said.
Are you trying to tell me that my cousin saw her there when they were leaving?
You said he did.
Okay, look. They did not see her leave. They left at 10:30. Everything else has been known for her to be staying later.
I said your cousins left and you still seen her there, right?
No, they did not see her when they left.
That's what the fuck you said, bro.
Hold on. All right, let's chill. Let's chill, man. Let's chill.
Okay, so we're trying to figure out for sure what Ryan's trying to establish is did his two cousins, if that's supposedly where his information's coming from, did his two cousins see Riley there when they left at 10:30 p.m.? We're not getting a solid fucking answer from this dude. We've heard both. Basically, what he's saying is they weren't really paying attention to her, and they're not sure whether or not she was there at 10:30 when they left. But I do see Ryan's frustration because this dude doesn't realize how important, obviously, how important this timeline is. He's trying to establish for sure what the timeline is, and now he's like wishy-washy with it. He doesn't want to put it for sure because he doesn't fucking know. That's what I've gathered.
Oh my god.
It's chill. Oh my god.
Dude, if I say something like, "Oh, my cousins left and she was still there," that's because everyone knows she stayed there.
That's the problem, dude. This Ronnie dude. So, if you are making statements as a witness, corroborating what you've seen or what you know to be true, the only information. So, I guess if we want to say Ronnie's credible and we want to insert him into this case as the collective witness account of his two cousins, notice how I had to explain that? It already sounds like a bunch of bullshit. But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So what he says is the witness account of his two cousins. Then you don't pull what you've heard from the news. You don't pull what you've heard from other people. You pull what you know for a fact out of those two people. If you're pulling other shit, then don't add that into your witness account. Add that on the side like, hey, I've heard this, or hey, I've heard that, so people know that it's hearsay. So people know that it's third, fourth, fifth party fucking bullshit. Telephone game. Shit gets manipulated over time.
Who's everyone?
All the reports, including her friend. She stayed later. Everyone knew that already. She obviously, she stayed till like, 12? 12:30? Those reports were already out. Like, why am I getting ringed over? Like, she was already confirmed to be...
Look, man, there's just some stuff that doesn't sit good with me. And everybody in the comments is like, well, why are you getting so mad? Because I have a sister that's Kylie's age. All right?
Okay, bro, I understand. Dude, I have 3 girls. Like, and here's the other thing that you're saying that did kind of bother me. I'm not trying to argue or anything, but you're saying, like, well, why is he laughing about it? I'm not sitting here laughing like I think something fucking funny. Like, I don't go, like, you can ask, like, Mel, you've never spoken to me on your, like, publicly or, like, on your page like this before. And I haven't been out in, like, this type of setting to where there's, like, thousands of people listening to somebody. Like, I'm just nervous, dude. Like, it's not like I'm laughing because I think shit is fucking funny. I don't think it's fucking funny. I don't, but at least I can shed light on what type of
Yeah, dude, I feel you. Some people laugh in those, like, serious situations because their anxiety and shit like that, so I can corroborate that being a potential, and he's not, like, he's just, it's peaking social anxiety, so you kind of get that nervous laugh shit.
Fucking parties happen out here, especially because I participated in them. Like, and I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm proud. I used to do fucking coke. I'm not proud. I have 3 girls. I'm not fucking proud of it. But I do know what type of dudes are out here and what parties, because I've been at hella parties where there's hella older people there. Like, that's just realistic. I'm just being realistic, especially because I'm from the area. If I was, like, fucking in, like, Texas and I was speaking for Cali, I don't think I'd be able to hold weight at all. But I'm literally, like, right next to the fucking area. I know hella people out here who can vouch for me and shit. I've been to so many damn parties out here. And I think it's terrible what fucking happened to her. Like, I'm not, but I'm just speaking from the...
Sorry, bumped the mic, y'all. Yeah, man, it's, we know you're from Cali. You're 29 years old and using terms like hella in normal sentences. Like, I'm hella cool, y'all. Mm-hmm.
Experience.
As somebody who's from there, can I ask you some questions? Like,
yes, I'm being a little judgmental of Ronnie right now. Although I'm doing my best, as you've noticed, to try to be understanding of where he's coming from, there's a lot of things that irk me, similar to Ryan.
Just out of curiosity. Okay, how do you think, as a local,
okay,
what do you think happened? How do you think she magically, like, disappeared, like, seeing so many people during...
I don't think she magically disappeared. I don't.
What's that?
In my true opinion, based off, like, here's the thing. Nobody really has gone missing around here. That hasn't happened. People have overdosed, been stabbed over drug dealings and all.
So we're going to talk, this is his opinion and observation based on how society is in their area. These comments right now, I'm going to chalk up to not being witness accounts. They're solely his opinion and collaboration, just as if I were to collaborate, or Ickedmel or Ryan or anybody else were to collaborate, with the added benefit that he's from the area.
All that, but based off this, like, unique situation where, like, the party was so fucking big and it was out at Prosser Campground, where and when you go to party there, you go on a dirt road and there's like a clearing where people party, and the cops won't really necessarily hear that, because when I went to, years back, like the cops never came for us either. But I think because there were so many people there, I think someone fucking did something to her. I think someone took her. To be honest,
you think somebody at the party that was there done something? Maybe it was an accident.
I think it was either an accident, an OD because of drugs there, or there was actually a dude who took advantage because there was hella fucking people there, and it's hard to keep track of everybody there. Someone fucking took an opportunity and fucking did something. That's my opinion.
But see, here's the deal. And when I say this shit, I am not backing it up. I'm trying to put my mind, I'm not being supportive of these actions. I'm trying to put my mind in the mind of somebody who's doing evil shit. Trying to put my mind into, okay, if I wanted to be the predator, how would I have done this? What were my motivations? What was this? What was that? Similar to how a detective looks at this shit. And I'm not claiming that I'm anywhere near able to be a detective, but humor me. So I shy away from the rape, the somebody taking advantage of her and it went too far so they killed her kind of thing. Because in today's world, well, maybe younger kids, but anybody who's of that type of thing, it seems much more common. And I speak from the experience of one of my very close friends. I know she's gotten drugged quite a few times at bars and shit like that. Like, even hanging out with me and shit. Like, we go out to a fucking country bar, dance bar or something like that, and she ends up getting drugged, or concerts or whatever. So, like, I see, at least in the adult scene, a lot more drugs being used to erase your memories. So guys can take advantage of you, girls, whatever. Whoever the predator is can take advantage of the other person, and they won't remember a goddamn thing. So I'd like to just throw that out there. I mean, I realize these are kids, so maybe they're not as experienced, and that's why, it leads to they kill them instead of just, using something like that. But that's where my mind's at right now. Is it's unlikely that it was just a simple, oh, I tried to rape you kind of thing.
Do you think anybody that has been shown and stepped up, do you think they know?
That's hard, because I don't like putting things on people like just off them talking, because I feel like if someone hasn't been interviewed before, like like coaching or something, if someone's speaking for the first time, like I don't think Sammy's done interviews before this, obviously. So I think obviously she might say things and make a mistake and all that, but I don't necessarily agree with everything she said. But I can't necessarily see that she's.
See, but those are the best kind of interviewers. The people that just have word vomit and start saying shit. Because then it's recorded, and then you can start taking notes on it and comparing. I think inaccurate facts. I know it sounds horrible. I think inaccurate facts are the best when you get them from multiple people. Meaning, they're not necessarily 100% on, but you can kind of mix and match and overlay shit so you can find out what actually fits. I think that's where my preference is in trying to find out the answer at the end of all this.
She's guilty. I do think someone else, I think an older dude did it. I think there was an older guy there. I think there was probably older dudes there, and she got taken. That is my opinion, because there's so many back roads, there's so many back.
I mean, if he's saying there's a lot of older dudes there, my probability that one of those are connected to some sort of trafficking ring skyrockets a little bit there. Just a little bit. Yeah, I know, skyrocket and a little bit don't exactly mix. My words were minced on that, but I definitely think the chances go up.
Back road you can take there, and you can head off towards Tahoe, and they have like Airbnb houses where people like rent out, but a lot of empty houses and shit. And there's hella places to stash. That's what I think happened.
Why do you think her phone pings there and her car is elsewhere? Where do you think the car went?
Well, here's my honest opinion. Because I feel like, because I heard references saying like people, I just forgot where it was. I think it was on Facebook, but people said she had an iPhone, right? I think if she had the latest update on an iPhone, you're allowed to track an iPhone when it's off. Like you can track it when it's off. The only time I don't think you can track it is if it's smashed or it's underwater. So that's why I think
That's also inaccurate. Smashed only works. So the only way that you can actually stop a phone, especially an iPhone, from tracking is I don't even know for sure that the tinfoil thing works, but some sort of material that would block the signal. The other way is to actually submerge it in water to the extent while it's on that it fries all the hardware. Otherwise, anywhere that phone goes off or on, you can smash it, but unless you get the part that's actually getting the power to send out a GPS signal, just because you smash it don't mean it don't work. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on it.
someone smashed up her phone, probably tossed it in the water, and took off with her. That's what I really do believe happened. Because out in Prosser, there's not a whole lot of way to drive if someone was just going to stash her car off in like a clearing or in the woods. I think they would have found it by now. So I think the car.
Sorry, guys. I was trying to take notes on this. I'm going to go back just a little bit to get exactly where the fucking phone pinged and where the...
I'm talking because I feel like if someone hasn't been interviewed before, like, you know, like coaching or something, if someone's speaking for the first time, like that is my opinion, because there's so many back roads, there's so many back roads you can take there, and you can head off towards Tahoe, and they have like Airbnb houses where people like rent out, but a lot of empty houses and shit. And there's hella places to stash. That's what I think happened.
Why do you think her phone pings there and her car is elsewhere? Where do you think the car went?
Well, here's my honest opinion. Because I feel like, because I heard references saying like people, I forgot where it was. I think it was on Facebook, but people said she had an iPhone, right? I think if she had the latest update on an iPhone, you're allowed to track an iPhone when it's off. Like you can track it when it's off. The only time I don't think you can track it is if it's smashed or it's underwater. So that's why I think someone smashed up her phone, probably tossed it in the water, and took off with her. That's what I really do believe happened. Because out in Prosser, there's not a whole lot of way to drive if someone was just going to stash her car off in like a clearing or in the woods. I think they would have found it by now. So I think the car's in like a garage.
Like that's what makes me suspicious. And you have to understand. I mean, dude, look at the chat. This is why nothing gets fucking said, because this is why nothing. Yeah. Everybody wants to be this guy. No.
Yeah.
To me, this guy on the phone said something that sounded fucking out of place, and yeah, it did sound out of place to a lot of people. He said he had cousins. He didn't say who the fucking cousins were. He said that they seen her doing all this shit. So I mean, hello. I mean, I'm gonna ask you. What is your name again?
Ronnie.
Okay. Do you think at least what you said was a little bit fucking like weird? I do. If you don't,
I would.
Cool.
Okay. No. I honestly would be like, well, how does he have this much information? But I literally told you why. Like I've been in this area for over 20 years.
Exactly.
You see, this dude is very full of himself. He has all this information. Like, what information, bro? What information? The only information that you've had that was solid shit. And this is why I said he's stating other shit. Talking about where the phone pings and where the car pings and blah, 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 all that shit. Like, I'm going to have to watch more of this shit to see if he actually has more information, but from what Church has got from Ronnie don't know shit, bro. He knows that his cousin seen Riley there. His cousin seen Riley there, and they claim she was drunk. And some bodysuit shit. He's talked about coke and shrooms being present. He's talking about his cousins leaving at 10:30 p.m. The fuck else has Ronnie brought to the table other than these extra things that I've written on the side? Obviously, I have the Who Sammy on there. We still haven't really defined Sammy. I'm assuming it's maybe that's the friend's name. I can't remember for sure. And Ronnie claims that 12:30 is where the reports, where like news reporters and shit have said that she was accounted to 12:30 a.m. That's when she left, supposedly. Church then brings up the question about the phone and car pinging at different places. I didn't really get a specified where those places were, but yeah, that's all we've gotten from Ronnie. We're 1920 in, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to 22:35 and still not really have a whole lot from Ronnie.
Like, now we're getting to talk because, see, I'm seeing these motherfuckers over here, you know, automatically take up for.
And again, you can go ahead and go crazy in the comment section about it, but I'm going off of what I've gotten from Ronnie in here. This is the first video I started taking notes, and I don't recall Ronnie having that much information in the other two videos that I watched from church, but maybe he's got more information elsewhere, but he hasn't brought it in this video.
Ronnie, and look, that's cool if you want to do that, but you can't take up for someone you don't know. They have to explain.
No, I get you. I completely understand. I get you.
No, not you. I'm talking to chat. Like, this is just real shit. Like, you know, you can't sit here and turn motherfuckers against each other. Yes, I had a question for him that I didn't believe some shit he was saying. He's here, you know, tell us now. We're having a civil conversation.
Yeah, we're having a conversation. That's the that's the point of it.
Positive discourse. Positive discourse. That is what you want. You want to discuss things. Even if church got emotional, like, you still want to discuss things. And so far, I really haven't seen too much negative about this whole conversation besides, you know, church is a little enthusiastic and passionate there for a minute. But he calmed it down. He was a mature adult and calmed it down and worked through it. And that's why I kind of made the comments about Ickedmel saying some shit. It's like, wow, dude, you got to realize you got all different personalities. So, yeah, I don't really see. Yeah. So we got positive discourse. Positive discourse, it's all good. For those of you wondering, with the puppy, she's bugging me for attention. She doesn't do well on these long videos, but nonetheless, I still like to have her involved.
I mean, we had the opportunity to bring everybody together. It started out a little rough, but at least we can get everybody here and just talk about it.
Yeah, I honestly appreciate the conversation, but one thing I do want to get straight is that I was not at no damn party. I've already put out a lot of information already. If that's the case, I would have already fucked.
Okay, there is a solid statement there. There is a 100% solid statement.
But at least we can get everybody here and just talk about it.
Yeah, I honestly appreciate the conversation, but one thing I do want to get straight is that I was not at no damn party. I've already put out a lot of information already.
Okay, that single statement right there corroborates everything I've already assumed anyway, kind of pieced together in the ramble-ons and shit. He was not at the party. Let's make that clear.
If that's the case, I would have already fucking been taken in. Like, I'm not hiding from anything. Huh?
On that, on my opinion, go back and listen to how you said it. You were talking like you were there.
I understand what you're saying, and like I understand what you're saying. I was trying to give a perspective for people to understand. That's all I was trying to do. If it came off wrong, my bad, but that's all I was trying to do is get people to understand, like, this shit around here, even though it's fucked up, these parties happen. These parties happen all the time. All the time. And
even though it's fucked up and there was drugs and alcohol and blah, blah, dude, stop being a fucking negative Nancy about this shit. Your kids, if you're an adult, I'm an adult, 31 years old. I was a kid at one point. I do not forget how it was for me to be a kid. I did a lot of stupid shit. I got in trouble. I was on probation. These are not brags. These are just simply, kids will be kids. Kids do shit. Get used to it. The best thing you can hope is you taught your kids well enough to stay the fuck out of jail and maybe not pregnant. You know, like, that's kind of where this shit goes. You gotta understand that kids will be kids, and the more you try to prevent that, the more you try to stop these fucking parties, the more they're gonna fucking happen, and they're gonna happen a lot more discreetly, hidden, and kids get creative. Like when they tried to stop our parties, when they tried to cut down our rope swings, when they tried to do whatever, like we just found ways to fucking make it work, buddy. Yeah. Just keep that fucking in mind.
And this was being broadcasted because something really fucked up happened. But there's so many fucking parties where older dudes are there and they shouldn't fucking be there. You know what I mean? And it's just sad now that it has to be spotlight.
Yeah, I agree with that. That shit's creepy when the older dudes like stick around, and I don't know. It's just fucking creepy. Like you want to have a party with some kids, like your family members and shit like that at a campsite. Like you're going camping. That's fine. Like whatever, it might not be legal to have your kids drinking and shit like that in a family setting and whatnot. But I come from Wisconsin, so I'm gonna say right now, like I get that. Like I understand different family elements, but adults being at some random fucking party that's like a high school party thrown on, like it's kind of weird. You're not related to any of these people. You're just like chilling. Yeah, it's creepy. It's fucking creepy.
Now people are like, oh, this is fucked up. Yeah, it's been fucked up. It's been fucked up.
Well, shit, any kids who are listening that go to these parties, y'all need to squad up, and if y'all see somebody being weird to a girl, y'all should knock that motherfucker out.
Squad up, motherfucker. Start defending your friends.
Getting out of here.
But like, but it just like I told Mel, what was it like? I went to a party. I don't remember when the fuck it was. I think it was like 2015, and it was all the homies there and all that. And a dude showed up. It was a house party. He showed up there. He was like 40-something years old, hella sketched, and he got his ass beat. Out of front of just.
Yeah, that call, Ryan. Like,
I told
that
you
call.
that,
we had several conversations on live stream, and so that snippet that I did, the 18 minutes, just for people that aren't going to sit 2-3 hours. But he did explain like like his whole background, and he lives in the area, and like he's a local, and it's kind of like he used to go party himself when he was younger. And so people seeing that 18-minute clip, they might not get the whole context of like his whole background and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I do understand. Like,
I'm going off what I heard on your 18-minute video. And for everybody in the comments, say sorry, fuck you, I ain't saying sorry. I respect this guy. Ain't for nobody.
He says, Jesus Christ the last. Like, church ain't ashamed, bruh. Church ain't ashamed. Church is who church is. Like, we all who we are. So don't expect no apologies. We don't play that fucking Morgan Wallen shit around here. We don't play that fucking I apologize for every little goddamn thing. Like, if it's a face-to-face thing between you and I kind of thing, something like that, fine. But this whole public apology shit, that's a bunch of pussy shit. Straight up.
I'm fucking Upchurch, so you can kiss my ass. This is what it is. But props to this guy for having a clean channel, and props to this dude for having a conversation with me, even though I'm fucking yelling. So you guys have a good day. And
all right.
More stuff about this case.
All right, thanks,
man.
All
right, appreciate you guys. All right.
Right. Thanks, Ronnie, man. Appreciate you calling in. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, y'all. I ain't doing a full fucking full screen end clip. This is pretty simple. You got most of my thoughts on this one. And honestly, yeah, dude, so I might have to dig into the longer call and shit like that. She wants to be heard breathing on the mic. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I might have to listen to the full 3-hour call. I was kind of going through in my head there a little bit on what I might do, if I'm gonna chop and piece it, or if I'm just gonna do a whole fucking vomit of a 3-hour goddamn kind of reaction style, commenting along the way and shit. I'm leaning towards the whole 3-hour thing. And then maybe doing a conclusion piece afterwards with the notes, just so not everybody's going to want to watch the 3-hour deal. But yeah, this has been your boy, Wisco Madman. Go ahead and hit that like button down below, y'all. Help me out with the algorithm. Help me get into this true crime sphere. And really just throw comments down below. Comment other videos to check out to get more information. Throw me other information. Please, if you're throwing information out there, this is the same as Twitter or Facebook or any of this other shit. Why fucking social media irritates the shit out of me. If you're throwing info out there, back it up somehow. Throw me a link. Throw me something like another video where you heard so and so said this or whatever. I don't fucking care. Just try to give me something I can go with because I don't want to sit here with hearsay shit. I don't. I'll note hearsay, but if it's hearsay, be straight up with it. Don't try to act like you know this is a fact. Like unless you were at the fucking party, don't tell me you know this is a fact. Tell me where you heard it from. I heard it from the news. I heard it from so and so on this YouTube channel and blah blah blah. Okay? Thank y'all for watching. Throw me the subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date with me when I drop another video. And check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Clapper, Rumble, and whatever else. This video is mainly up on YouTube, but also gets promoted on Rumble as well. So if you're watching this on Rumble, check me out on YouTube as well. Thank y'all for watching this. Been your boy, Wisco Man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.